Polly, who loves most everyone that she knows. Polly, I know the creme de creme, and they all agree. Unanimously, she's the one you want to top of the evening. Whose name can open anyone's door. Polly, who else can offer this and much more? Polly, no matter what they say, I'll always stay this way. Polly's the only one that's me. When all is said and done, who else is so much fun? Polly's the only one. That's me. That's me. That's
And I mean big trouble. I kept waiting for a priest to make an entrance in the second act and administer the last rites.
Oh, come on, Tony. The audience loved us. 5 curtain calls, for God's sake.
This bunch of hicks would give 5 calls to a lecture on paint thinner. But you know what the New York critics are going to say? We are a sentimental cartoon. We would have been out of date in the 30s. Well, I don't know about the rest of you. I don't need that on my resume. Mel.
The first act closer still doesn't work.
The song is old-fashioned. The lyrics are maudlin. The whole concept is prehistoric. I've told you 100 times, we need something tougher. All I hear is, yeah, Tony, sure. Well, I want to hear a new song. I want to hear it by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, I'll call Sondheim or somebody.
Anybody. Okay, Mel?
Yeah, Tony, sure. Shouldn't be too hard. Old score sounds like it came straight from your trunk. Would somebody mind telling me why 6, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of our hookers made their entrance late in the police raid? Kate, you're choreographing our little funeral here. Now, is it too much to ask your hookers to make their entrance on cue and not whenever they damn well please?
Tony, they have a really big change there, and it's not their fault.
The intercom, Tony.
I beg your pardon?
The intercom system wasn't working by the time I got backstage to the dressing room.
And whose responsibility was it to see that the intercom system was working?
Well, you know I had a lot of new light cues.
Just ask you a question, Johnny.
Okay. It was my responsibility.
Oh, like it was your responsibility to make sure that there was a pianist at the understudy rehearsal last week?
Yes.
You are a flake.
That's not fair, Tony.
If you don't get your shabby little act together, I'm going to make sure you end up swabbing out toilets at some crummy little dinner theater.
You've got no right to talk to me that way.
Why not? You don't have the guts to do anything about it.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, what you doing? Hey, Johnny, for God's sake! Stop it, will you? Hey, come on. For God's sake! You are fired, Whitman!
Tony!
You'll never work another Broadway show again! You hear me? Never! Hey, come on, Tony, come on. Johnny's a hell of a good stage manager. You know that. You just got him a little crazy, that's all. You two just cool off, and then we'll sit down and talk this over, all right? I'm running this show. You get a problem with that, you get yourself another director. I'm sorry, Johnny. I really am.
Somebody ought to drive a stake through your heart.
You?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, James. Our crucial scene. Just kind of lies in the middle of the road like a dead dog. It's not funny. It's not moving. It's not anything. I think your TV roots are showing. And they're not very pretty. I want it rewritten first thing in the morning. We'll get it rehearsed and into the show by tomorrow night. And while you're at it, look at that first scene between Tom and Amanda, because Polly Adler, she was a real woman, not some cheap Mae West impressionist.
I thought the scene played pretty well.
Well, as usual, you're wrong.
Damn it, Tony, you are the most insensitive, insulting, arrogant.
Oh, listen up here, kiddies. Our fading star, the silver screen, she actually can display an honest emotion.
You're a pig, Tony.
I'd like to reciprocate. I just don't want to waste my time. All right, that's it. But from now on, get ready. Plenty of more changes, because you're going to get them. And Mel, James, I mean it. By tomorrow morning. Yeah? What do you want? It's after 2 o'clock in the morning, for God's sake. Come there now. Are you out of your mind? How? Did you call the police? No. You're right. If she's okay, it's better to be quiet. I'll be right over. I have to go on down to the theater. Amanda tried to kill herself. On the stage. It's just the kind of thing that hammy old relic would do. I don't know how long I'm going to be down there, so you better get your tail out of here. It's been fun, my dear. We'll do it again sometime.
My. It's after 2 a.m. Why aren't we asleep?
Our knee has its own idea.
Well, when did we take our last medication?
10 o'clock.
Well, that's good. But I think we should take another pill right now. And I want you to know that we can't be responsible for that watch if it gets stolen.
This watch was a Christmas present, and I want you to know that we are completely responsible for it. I'd rather not.
I know, but even arthroscopic surgery takes its toll on the system. This is our second night here, and if we want the doctor to discharge us in the morning, then it would be much better if he found us bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I have never had the slightest desire to be bushy-tailed.
But we do want to get out of here, don't we?
You bet.
Now, we should get in bed.
You first.
You! In bed. Can we manage that by ourselves?
Sorry, fella. Wish I could help.
All right, what the hell's going on here? What is this? Some kind of moronic prank?
Good morning.
Is it?
Well, we're really in a good mood today, aren't we?
Della, do me a favor. Don't use the word we.
Has the doctor been by yet to release you from the hospital?
Nope.
Well, he better get you out of here soon, or you're not going to be fit to re-enter.
Johnny Whitcomb, stage manager of the musical Polly, is being taken into custody for the murder of the musical's director, Tony Franken. Now, Whitcomb publicly threatened Franken's life just hours before the murder, which took place at the Paramount Theater at 2:30 a.m. Witnesses in a neighboring building say they heard the shots at that time, but failed to report them. We'll have details in here.
What's the matter, Perry? You know this Franken?
No, but I know that boy didn't kill him.
How?
I saw him. What's his name? Whitcomb. Right under that street lamp at the time of the murder.
Are you sure?
I remember looking at my watch as he was standing there, and the theater where this Franken was murdered is at least 3 or 4 miles from here.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. He'll likely be arraigned this morning.
Well, as soon as the doctor releases you, you can just go down and clear the boy.
I'm afraid it's not that simple.
Just tell him what you told me.
Any halfway decent prosecutor would tear me apart.
I don't...
Adela, get my clothes for me, will you please?
I'm going downtown with you.
Good. Then you can watch me make a world-class fool of myself.
Let's see, Mr. Mason. You believe you saw the defendant on that park bench at about 2:27 a.m., is that right?
Yes, I looked at my watch.
But you were in a hospital about how many yards away?
About 30.
And although it was overcast that night, you believe you could make out his features by the streetlight.
Yes, I believe so.
How was the man you saw dressed?
He was wearing the same clothes he has on now, plus an overcoat and a hat.
Weren't you in the hospital for some sort of knee surgery?
Yes, an arthroscopy.
Mr. Mason, were you given some sort of sedation or painkiller before you went to sleep that night?
Yes.
And that would have been 40 milligrams of oxylidine, wouldn't it?
Actually, I'd taken 20 milligrams at 10
A simple
p.m.
yes or no will do. Did you ingest 40 milligrams of oxylidine?
Yes.
Mr. Mason, is it your testimony that on a moonless night, from a hospital room 30 yards away, after ingesting enough medication to put most of us in a coma, you're able to identify this defendant, a stranger whose face you've never seen before, as the man you saw in the park in the middle of the night?
Yes, I believe it to have been him.
No further questions.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. On the basis of the evidence presented here, this defendant shall be bound over to Superior Court for trial on March 15th at 8:30 a.m. Bail shall continue in the amount of $250,000.
So after I left the theater, I bought myself a bottle of whiskey and just wandered the streets for a couple of hours, maybe. I guess I was just trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my life.
Do you remember where you went?
No, not really. I've never been in this town before. I do remember going to that park. I broke my bottle. I'm glad I went there, or you wouldn't have seen me.
I'm afraid that doesn't help us much.
Well, anyway, after that, I went back to the hotel maybe about 3. Bought myself another bottle, and drank myself into oblivion. I don't remember anything after that until the police pounded on my door at about 7:30 this morning.
And found the gun in your room.
Mr. Mason, I swear I never saw that gun before.
It's a terrible tragedy, and I know how shocked all of you must be. Nevertheless, I intend for us to open in New York on the 3rd of next month. As morning, I phoned Gavin Austin. He's flying in from New York today to take over as director. Most of you know Gavin, and I'm sure you share my faith in him. You'll see the show tonight, and I've called a rehearsal for him at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We've got a great show here, kids. And although we'll all miss Tony, the show, as he would have wanted, will definitely go on. Right now, Mel and James will fill you in on the new material, all right?
Mr. Mason, I'm Amanda Cody.
I know. I've admired you for years.
And so have I.
Thank you.
This is my associate, Della Street.
Off the street?
Hello.
Please, it's Della and Perry.
Perry, is there any way I can convince you to represent Johnny? I've called my attorney on the coast, but he isn't a criminal lawyer. After all, you're right here in town already, and I just... You see, Johnny's a very decent young man. He couldn't have done such a thing.
I don't think so either. And I am representing him.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I mean, Johnny will be so pleased.
Mr. Mason, my name is Blaine Counter. I'm the producer of Polly. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm Johnny Whitcomb's attorney. My associate, Della Street.
How do you do?
Really? You know, I'm arranging Johnny's bail.
I'll see you both later.
We'll look forward to it.
Excuse me, but I'm going to go make those calls.
Oh, try and locate Ken Molansky. I need to talk to him. Mr. Counter, do you have any idea what Franken was doing here at the theater at 2:30 in the morning?
No, I don't. But I just fired the security guard who was supposed to be here all night. Parker somebody. Moron left the place at midnight to go see his girlfriend.
Where did he come from?
Some local employment agency. I don't even know his last name.
I'd like the agency address.
Oh, of course.
I overheard you saying that the production will continue.
Yes, it will. But not because of the old showbiz tradition. I happen to have a lot of my own money invested in it. I had extraordinary faith in Polly. I still have.
Without Tony Franken?
Well, we've still got Amanda Cody. She'll sell a lot of tickets.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
She's wonderful. Even last night.
Last night? What about last night?
Well, I was given to understand that she had a very upsetting call from the coast. But on stage, she was superb.
Watching your company just now, I didn't see much evidence that Tony Franken would be missed.
Tony Franken was a brilliant theater man, Mr. Mason, but a despicable human being.
You still hired him?
Well, quite simply, he was the best director I could find. I had to protect my investment as well as my other investors. And, of course, Amanda.
Mr. Counter, where were you at the time of the murder?
I was alone in my hotel room. Why?
Pardon me. Here's the list, Perry. I tried to reach Ken, but I could only reach his answering machine.
Mr. Counter, I wonder if I might speak to your company for a moment.
Of course. All right, hold it a minute. Now listen, kids. This is Mr. Perry Mason. He's Johnny's lawyer, and he'd like to talk to you.
Thank you. First, I'd like to tell you all that I have good reason to believe that Johnny Whitcomb did not murder Tony Franken last night. But proving that may be somewhat difficult. Now, I understand there was an after-theater party given for you last night by the City Theater Society, which some of you apparently did not attend. Mr. Mel Singer and wife Leslie, Mr. James Walton, Mr. Blaine Counter, and Amanda Cody. Everyone else seems to have been at the party until it ended, nearly 3 a.m. Is that correct?
Well, what does that mean?
Well, if everyone who went to the party can prove they were there the whole time, that gives them a pretty good alibi. Those not at the party are suspect in Tony Franken's murder. Suspect until we find out which one of you killed him.
Well, Mr. Mason, Ed Brock, homicide?
It's Lieutenant now, isn't it? Good to see you again, Ed. I appreciate your meeting me here. You too, officer.
Just call me Race.
All right, Ray.
This was Tony Franken's room. We cleared out all the evidence.
Any pictures?
Ray, pictures.
According to this picture, Mr. Franken must have had a visitor the night of the murder. Any prints?
Layton's. We couldn't get a match, so we sent him back to Washington.
I'd like to know what took Franken to the theater at 2:30 in the morning.
Well, I figured Whitcomb must have called him with some cock and bull story.
Mind showing me where you found the gun?
Room 511, Ray. That was Whitcomb's room.
Now, the gun was right here behind these soft drink bottles.
And who found the body?
The cleaning crew from the theater. At about 7 in the morning.
Who told you about the threat Whitcomb made to Franken?
The producer of the show, Mr. Counter. We called him and asked him to come down to identify the body. He told us the whole story.
Luring Franken to the theater sounds pretty complicated, since that was Franken's room right there, and this is Johnny's room right here.
But a shot would have wakened the whole hotel. And since Franklin was right next door, Johnny probably could have heard that he had a visitor.
That visitor could be very important, wouldn't you say, Lieutenant?
Miss Massey, a Miss Treat called for you. She left this message where you could find a guy called Molansky or something.
Molansky. Thank you, Ray. You'll let me know about the prints on that glass.
Will do, Mr. Mason.
Thank you for your help.
Now, Mrs. Pitts, you heard Mrs. Gilman testify that at approximately 9:30 p.m. on the night of March 3rd, your son, Walter, held her up at gunpoint and stole $173 from her, as well as forcing her to remove and hand over her underpants. Now, I ask you, Mrs. Pitts, where was your son Walter actually on the night of March 3rd this year?
We was at my house, looking at TV the whole night.
The whole night? Could you be a little more specific?
Well, Walter come over just as Vanna was giving a car away on Wheel of Fortune, and he didn't leave till right after Johnny Carson's monologue. You see, Johnny had Alan Thicke guesting, and Walter don't like him a lot.
Thank you, Mrs. Pitts. No further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Pitts. You can step down. You are excused. I call Father Alan Rooney.
Do you solemnly swear under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
State your name for the record, please.
I'm Father Alan Rooney. Father Rooney, where were you on the night of March 3rd?
I was at St. Sebastian's Church, as I am every Thursday night, calling the numbers.
Could you explain that, Father?
We have bingo every Thursday night, for the benefit of the homeless, don't you?
And did you see Mrs. Pitts there that night?
I certainly did, son. In fact, she won $25 in the very last game. Just before 10 o'clock it was.
No further questions.
I'm sorry, Vera.
It's not your fault, Father. God forgive me. He's just no good. You're a pervert, Walter, and you always have been. You steal ladies underwear, and you make me lie under God's oath. I hope they put you away for 100 years.
Objection.
Any cross-examination, Mr. Molansky?
No, Your Honor.
I'm ordering a 10-minute recess at this time. Mr. Molansky, in light of the testimony, I suggest you confer with your client and decide how you wish to proceed. I sincerely hope that you personally will have learned something from this shabby chapter in the history of American jurisprudence.
I'm real sorry, Mr. Molansky. Look, if you give me some time, I'll give you back the 500. I swear.
500. What 500?
The 500 she gave me to give to you.
Amy?
Look, you weren't getting any clients, so I went down to the police station, you know, and I saw poor Walter here getting arraigned, and he looked so innocent. And he couldn't afford a lawyer, so...
Yeah, and I already spent the money I stole from that dame.
Great. Can I talk to you outside?
Just perfect. You bought me a client?
How do I know who's going to turn out this
I just don't want you buying me clients. I don't care how much money you got. If I can't make it on my own, then I can't. And that's
I was just trying to help, that's all.
How many other clients you paid for?
I've only had 5 since you opened the office 2 months ago.
6. 6 clients. And how many of those did you put on your credit card?
Don't be silly. Oh, look who's here.
Amy? Ken? How's it going?
Just wrapping up some trial work.
Ken was terrific.
I'm sure he was. How's your practice coming along?
Some days are better than others.
I lost my first 7 cases in municipal court. 2 of them were real embarrassments.
You were there.
You peeked in for a minute. Have you heard about the Tony Franken murder?
Hard to avoid. It's been all over the papers and TV.
I'm representing the young man they arrested.
Did he do it?
Amy?
It's a fair question. No, he didn't do it. Meanwhile, I could use some help if you have the time.
I'm flattered.
We'll fit it in.
Excellent.
Mr. Mason, if Ken's going to work on this case, then couldn't you make him co-counsel?
Not on this one.
Don't mind her, Mr. Mason. She means well, but sometimes she's a little pushy. What do you need?
I need some investigative work.
I'm never pushy.
Great. Just tell me what to do.
Well, they hired a local as night watchman at the theater who left his job the night of the murder to see some girl. Find out about him. His not being there that night sounds just a little too convenient.
Great. We'll get started right away.
She can be your Della Street.
Not a lot we didn't already know. They're all pretty much in the public eye.
Anything more on Tony Franken?
Mm-hmm.
Since the beginning of Polly. Really? One of the world's great womanizers, married and divorced 3 times. Evidently thought nothing of getting involved with married women. The young actress even committed suicide after he threw her over.
Also, until this show, Tony hadn't worked for over 3 years. Evidently, the producers didn't want the aggravation.
Blame countered it. I wonder why. Well, we'll run a check on the ex-wives. That's all. Who knows?
All right. Very nice, lady. Thank you. We'll take care. Thank you.
Amanda, 10 minutes and Gavin would like to put it on its feet.
Right. As you heard, I have about 10 minutes. Will that do?
So far.
We can talk in my dressing room.
Yeah, will you take care of this?
Have at the door for you.
Thank you, Uncle Billy. Well, how's it going?
Pretty well, I think. Mel's new song is marvelous, and Gavin has some really smashing ideas. There was this tedious ballet in the second act, and he just took it out, and now the whole show plays better. It's incredible.
don't miss Tony Franken.
Like I'd miss a migraine headache. Oh, I'm sorry. I know that sounds awfully cruel. Tony was a truly loathsome man. You really meant what you said about us being suspects?
I'm afraid I did.
You know, maybe none of this would have happened if Blaine had stepped in like he should have.
You mean when Tony fired Johnny?
Blaine's let Tony walk all over him about everything.
That's very strange. I once read where he fired a choreographer for slapping a chorus girl.
Well, he's obviously changed.
I did understand that he'd proposed marriage to you.
Well, I didn't think that my private life was so public. Yes, he did. You see, his wife died a few years ago, and he said he thought he'd never remarry until he met me. That's very flattering, of course. But naturally, I turned him down. I mean, you can't marry a man without a backbone.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but where were you when Tony was murdered?
My God. You really do think that I might have killed him. But why would I?
Oh. Maybe because you knew Tony Franken was planning to replace you in the show? We heard you'd received a disturbing call from the coast, so on a hunch, Della contacted your manager. He was unhappy about being fired and very, very talkative.
My ex-manager has a very big mouth. And he probably told you that Tony and I didn't get along too well. But then nobody got along with Tony. But I didn't kill him, Perry. And I know Johnny didn't either.
You seem very sure of that.
Some things you just know in your gut.
It seems to me that being replaced would have been very painful for you, wouldn't it?
An earthquake, my friend. You said you were a fan of mine, but I'm sure you haven't seen me at your neighborhood movie theater lately. You see, this business can be pretty rough on old broads like me.
I'd say that time has been very kind to you.
Thanks. Well, if you'll excuse me, they want me back on the stage. We must get together sometime and have fun.
I told you. It's the policy of this agency to respect the privacy of its clients.
I don't want his tax return. Just his name. Parker Wynn.
I'm very busy, and I don't have time to argue with you.
All right. This is confidential, but I'll tell you the real reason why I need to talk to him. While he was working at the theater, several of the actors reported having valuables stolen from their dressing rooms. Now, I'd like to ask this Parker some questions, and I'm sure you'd like the police to know that you cooperated fully with our investigation.
Yes, of course I would.
Good.
But you are not the police, and I would appreciate your leaving before I call them and charge you with harassment.
Come on.
Great. Mr. Mason asked for one simple thing, and I strike out.
His name's Parker Newton, and he was kicked off the police force for brutality. He lives at 552 Morgan Street, apartment 4B.
What?
By the way, that woman was really very sweet. Here's his personnel application.
Nice work. Now, where will I drop you?
I'm going with you.
You just said Miss Newton was kicked out the force for brutality.
All the more reason there should be two of us.
I think the show has finally taken shape. Morale is way up. The new director put back the ballad Tony cut. It's Amanda's one real moment of vulnerability, and the show really needed it.
I'll get right to the point, Mr. Walton. I'm told you came by Tony's room just as they were arresting Johnny Whitcomb.
Yeah, I was delivering my script changes. Was up all night with him. What do I find? Tony's murdered? Johnny busted for it? Talk about shock.
I'm also told Tony was pretty hard on you. You or your work.
Mr. Mason, I come out of TV, where everybody and his astrologer tells you how to do it better. You don't like it, but you get used to it.
He intended putting his name on the show as co-author. Didn't that bother you?
Yeah, well, he never got the chance, did he?
You couldn't be more right.
Whoa. Hey, I don't like where you're going. Tell you, Mr. Mason, if Tony had really tried something like that, he would have been up to his neck in my lawyers.
Wouldn't it still have cast doubt on your ability to write for Broadway?
Excuse me. Lieutenant Brock just phoned for you.
Later, Mr. Mason?
Later, Mr. Walton. What did Brock want?
They've taken Leslie Singer in for questioning.
The composer's wife?
Washington finally matched the prints on Tony's glass. They belong to her.
I won't let you do it.
That's why we're here.
It says he's 6'2", weighs 210. An ex-cop who brutalizes people.
I'll just ask him a few questions.
Yeah, what if you ask him the wrong one? Look, I'm not impugning your masculinity.
I knew I shouldn't have let you come.
Darling, I only want to help. I mean, I know you and everybody else think I'm just some rich little kid who giggled her way through college, but I'd like to show you that maybe I can really do something. You know, I mean, actually contribute. Look, why do you sort of think of me as your Della Street?
Nice car. Looks like the security guard business pays better than I thought. Stay put.
Dan! Remember brutality!
Excuse me. Your name Parker Newton?
What the hell is it to you?
My name's Ken Molansky. I'm a lawyer.
Congratulations, Mr. Kamilansky, but that doesn't exactly answer my question, does it?
No, Ken Molansky.
I know you said that before.
Yeah, well, you see, I work for another lawyer named Perry Mason. You might have heard of him. We represent the man who's accused of killing Tony Franken.
So what's that got to do with me?
Just want to know what you saw at the theater that night.
Not a thing. Like I told the cops, I took over around midnight.
See your girlfriend. Funny time for a date, isn't it?
Look, Cassie works all day in this dress store. And I was working all night at the theater, so we never get a chance to be together.
Too bad you took off that particular night.
Yeah? How was I supposed to know that someone would get murdered? Not a damn thing ever happened in 3 weeks I was there.
Where's your girlfriend work?
Me and you just finished talking.
I understand you used to be a cop.
Look, punk, I told you, get out of my face now. Move.
Nice chatting with you. Serious creep. Sure like to talk to his girlfriend, though. She works at some dress store. tamales. What's this?
The dress store? Very overpriced from what I hear, but I found it in the back of Newton's car, and I don't think they carry his size.
Great. Tell me where it is and I'll drop you someplace.
I told you I'm not droppable. Like it or not, we're in this together. Della Street, remember?
Della Street? You can't even type.
Mr. Mason, they've had her in almost 45 minutes.
Should be out soon, Mr. Singer.
It's Mel. But, you wanted to know where I was. Tony was killed, right?
That's right.
I was working on the new song that Tony wanted. I couldn't have a piano in my room, so I was working in one of the lounges downstairs. Some of the staff must have seen me or heard me.
Didn't you resent it? Tony kept you coming up with new songs?
This is my 7th Broadway show. I've probably written 2, 3 songs for every one that was used. That's why they call it a tryout.
You did your last show in 1969.
Yeah. Yeah, they sort of put me on hold for 20 years. That is, until they had a show that needed music instead of noise. Actually, my whole life was on hold. Until I met Leslie, of course.
Mel. Do you know why Leslie was in Tony's room the night he was murdered?
Look, Mr. Mason, I have no illusions about why Leslie married me. I'm this semi-famous old guy with ASCAP royalties that'll roll in forever. But I married her because I love her. More than I've ever loved anybody else in my whole life, including my first wife, God rest her soul. And yeah, I know she cheats on me. And yeah, I guessed about her and Tony. But I'll never confront her with that, ever. You see, I won't take the chance of losing her.
Most men couldn't live that way.
You think I was the one who killed Tony because I was jealous? Well, why would I? There's always going to be another Tony.
Too good to be true.
Well, anyway, she didn't solve much of the puzzle. But somebody did call Tony Franken saying that Amanda Cody had tried to kill herself down at the theater. Franken goes down there. Mrs. Singer doesn't know if it was a man or a woman. It doesn't do very much to get your client off the hook, though, Mr. Mason.
Apparently not.
He, must have got to my place at 12:15. And like you said, we spent the whole night together.
And you're sure about the time?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was 12:20. It was right around then. Excuse me.
Okay. Thanks. She backed up a story. She seemed awfully jittery, though.
You think she's lying? Ken, look. Sign.
You're out of your mind.
you want to break this case or not?
Of course I do, but I don't want you involved in something dangerous.
Working in that store is not dangerous. Shopping is.
Amy, you've never worked a day in your life. Amy!
I pay the minimum wage plus a 5% commission. You have a half an hour for lunch, and don't use the phone unless we're on fire. No friends hanging around, and if you're late, it comes out of your pay. Any questions?
No.
Do you have any experience?
Well, let me put it this way. Valentino from last year's line, Dan Klein, Ungaro, he also makes us some green silk, Donna Karen, Adolfo, and another Valentino. This year's, and it's great. She's really sweet. I mean, she has to be to work for that witch. Anyway, it's like we're old friends. I tell her about us, and she tells me about them.
Tell everybody about us.
I had to get her confidence, didn't I? And I did. She's told me a lot.
Like what?
Well, like sometimes she's frightened of Newton. Like he hates broccoli. Like he works out at this gym called Harry's every day, and like he's not even looking for another job, even though he still talks about getting married.
He's not looking for another job, but he is driving a new Corvette. Sure like to get a look at his bank book. I'll see you tonight, okay?
And then I discovered a weapon which was hidden in the minibar in the defendant's hotel room.
Lieutenant, I'm now showing you People's Exhibit 9, a .38 caliber revolver, which Lieutenant Maxwell of your ballistics department has previously identified as the murder weapon. Is that the weapon you found in the defendant's room?
Yes, it is. It has my mark.
Were there any fingerprints found on this gun?
No, because Whitcomb apparently wiped them off.
Objection. Speculation, no foundation. Motion to strike.
Sustained. The testimony after the witness's response of no is stricken from the record.
When you first arrived at the defendant's room, Lieutenant Brock, was the door locked?
Yes, it was. We need the manager's master key to get in. You see, it's the type of doors that lock automatically when they're closed.
So, if some other person planted the gun in the defendant's room...
They would have needed a key to get in.
Thank you, Lieutenant. No further questions.
Mr. Mason.
No questions, Your Honor.
So, what do you do?
Oh, I'm an attorney.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I guess most lawyers could use the gym. All that sitting around on the desk.
Believe me, I know. I was wondering if you have anything like a trial membership.
No. Try it out. Right now, no charge.
Great, but I didn't bring my gear.
But we'll fix you up. Hey, Willie. Hey, where do you see the machines we got? Other gyms would kill for. Yeah, Willie, give Mr. Malinsky here some stuff.
No, Molansky.
Molansky, some stuff he can use to work out. Sure, this way.
Great, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Sir, did the defendant say anything after you pulled him away from Mr. Franken?
He said somebody ought to drive a stake through your heart.
And then what happened?
Then Tony asked him if he, Johnny, was going to be the one to do it, and he said, yeah, maybe.
No further questions. Your witness, Counselor.
Mr. Counter, why didn't you object when Franken fired the defendant?
I did. I told him that Johnny was a damn fine stage manager.
But you're the producer. Surely you could countermand such an arbitrary dismissal?
Well, yes, I'm the producer, but ordinarily the director has jurisdiction over the backstage personnel, and I didn't feel that it was my place to interfere.
Tony Franken was considering replacing Amanda Cody in your show, wasn't he?
Well, I'd heard rumors to that effect.
And would you have countermanded that dismissal?
Objection. Hypothetical and irrelevant.
Sustained.
Mr. Counter, could you describe for us the manner in which Tony Franken customarily dealt with creative talent?
Tony was a bully. He was a marvelous director, but he was terribly cruel and insulting to almost everybody he worked with.
I've no further questions at this time, but I reserve the right to recall this witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
The witness is excused, subject to recall.
Hey, Newt. Man, you really hung up on this place, aren't you?
You think I want to turn into a temple log like you?
Yeah. Let's find out who quits first. Hey, Willie! Willie!
Hey, I'm sorry. I really screwed up. I was working out and I must have lost my keys someplace.
No problem. Which locker?
This one. Right here. Thanks. I'll take care of you later.
You know what we're getting in? One of them new bikes with the computer. It'll practically tell you how many days you got to live. What are you selling, steroids? You can't afford that stuff, man. Come on. Membership's up 20% over last month. Maybe even hooked a lawyer today. In fact, I better make sure. Hey, Malinsky! Hey, funny he wouldn't... Oh, we can't hold him. I told you better get your butt out of here.
The place you got here, Harry. I think I'll pass on the membership.
I'll get you, man. I'll get you.
Mason. How'd it go today?
Very well. The judge is going to allow us to put the victim on trial.
The way I hear it, Tony Franken made enemies the way most people make friends.
That's what I intend to show.
I had a pretty good day myself. I got a look at Parker Newton's checkbook. You know, the security guard? Mm-hmm. There were two recent cash deposits of $25,000 each. The first deposit was made the day after Franken's death. The second deposit yesterday.
Nice work.
He's sure getting paid for something. We find out who's paying him. We got our killer.
We'd better talk to Newton officially. Yeah. Get this to the clerk's office, and you take it from there. Newton.
Swell. You see, this is the directory. I enter all my notes and all of the summaries according to the case name. At least those for the last couple of years. Of course, if you want all of the cases in here, it's going to take me till the middle of the next century.
By that time, computers will be obsolete. They'll be implanting chips in all the odd parts of our brain and skull. I wish they could find some for my knee.
So do I.
What else?
Now, let's see. 2 of Tony's ex-wives are happily remarried and living in New York. The third is a costume designer in London. And here's a photostat of that young actress who committed suicide. Her name was Vanessa Grant. She left a note saying she was pregnant and couldn't go on living without Tony. Of course, he denied the whole thing. A real princeton. Oh, and look at this. Blaine Counter. His wife died 4 years ago, and they had a coroner's investigation.
Cancer, overdose of sleeping pills, self-administered. So, no charges were brought.
No. Oh. Something else. James Walton's hotel bill as of yesterday. Some interesting charges, right?
Very. Now, why don't you tell your machine everything you just told me, and I'll be back soon. Oh, Della. If the machine comes up with the name of the killer, don't forget to make a note of it.
What can I do for you?
You have a few minutes?
Oh, sure. Come on in. Coffee?
No, thank you. I don't want to interrupt your work.
Oh, I'm just getting started. It's a TV pilot I've got due next week.
You're not working on Polly?
Oh, no. Ever since that last set of rewrites I did, that show has been frozen. Thank God.
I'd like to show you something, Mr. Walton.
It's a copy of my hotel bill.
I just wondered why you've sent Kate Farrar a dozen roses every night since rehearsals began.
So, that's why you dropped by. Well, the roses are part of a promise I made Kate. You see, at first we only wanted her for lead dancer, and she didn't want to do it. I promised if she would, I would send her a dozen roses every night. Well, she finally took the job when Tony let her choreograph, but meanwhile, I was stuck with my promise.
Doesn't this indicate more than a professional interest?
You got me. It was more. Does anybody still use the word smitten?
She was involved with Tony, wasn't she?
What are you getting at? You think I killed Tony because I was jealous?
Mr. Walton, people have killed for a lot less.
Mr. Mason, you're barking up the wrong tree. Tony was finished with Kate. At the time he was killed, he was sleeping with Leslie Singer. So if anyone was going to be jealous, it was Mel Singer, not me.
Apparently, Mr. Singer has his problems. But then I believe so do you. I still consider both of you suspects. Thank you for your time, Mr. Walton.
What the hell? This is a subpoena requiring you to testify at Johnny Wickham's trial tomorrow. See you there.
Tony was very abusive, and Johnny just lost control. But it was obvious that he didn't mean he was actually going to kill Tony. It's just one of those things you say in the heat of anger. Tony always provoked a lot of anger from everybody. I think he enjoyed doing it.
From your knowledge of Johnny Whitcomb's character, do you think there's any possibility he could have, with premeditation, murdered Tony Franklin?
Johnny would be incapable of murdering anybody.
Thank you, Miss Cody.
I have no questions.
Miss Cody, you may step down.
Wait. Listen, I know Johnny couldn't have killed Tony because I was with Johnny all night.
Why didn't you tell us that before?
Because I had lied to the police, and I told them that I'd been in my room sleeping. You see, I never thought it would go this far.
And why were you in the defendant's room, Miss Cody?
I was upset about him being fired, and I couldn't sleep anyway, so I went to his room about 2:15, and he was passed out on his bed, so I stayed with him until almost dawn. So you see, he couldn't have been at the theater and killed Tony.
How did you get into the defendant's room?
Oh, he'd given me a key.
How do you explain the defendant's own statement to the police that he did not get back to the hotel until nearly 3 a.m.?
All right. I'll tell you the truth. The reason that I know Johnny didn't kill Tony Franken is because I killed him myself.
Miss Cody, is it true that Johnny Whitcomb is your son?
Yes. Yes, we kept it a secret. I suppose I didn't want my public to know I was old enough to have a grown son. It was stupid of me.
But it does help us understand some of your behavior. I have no further questions.
Miss Cody, you did not kill Mr. Franken, did you?
No. But I can't just sit here. He didn't do it. But all these people out there think that he did.
Miss Cody, we understand that you love your son, but this is not the way to help him. I'm going to ask you to step down now. I don't know whether the district attorney will be charging you with perjury or not.
Your Honor, the district attorney's office has no interest in filing charges against this witness.
Can you believe it? She wants $1,400 for this. I mean, my boyfriend has to work a whole month for that. What about yours? Can you afford to spring out something like this?
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Sure.
What's the matter?
I'm leaving town tonight.
What'd you do now?
Nothing. It's just getting a little too hot here, that's all.
You're in trouble again, aren't you?
Listen, no arguments. Just go home and pack, and I'll pick you up at your place at 6.
Baby, it's almost 5
Just
o'clock.
do it, okay?
Look, I got emergency. I gotta leave early, okay?
You can't go. It's still over half an hour before closing.
I know. I can't help it, okay? I'm sorry. I'll see you later.
Not here, you won't. You're fired. What are you doing?
A wild guess using the phone?
No smart mouth remarks, thank you. And I told you, no personal calls.
You mind if I telling you something? You have a terrible attitude problem. And your markups are obscene. This is Mr. Ken Polanski. If you will leave me a number at the time, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Ken, where are you? I need you now. Listen, Newton is skipping town. He's picking up Cassie at her place at 6. Oh, my God, that's 45 minutes. Listen, she lives at the Astor Apartments on 21st. No matter what happens, I love you. Bye.
Counter, you've worked with Tony Franken before, haven't you?
Yes, 4 years ago.
And at that time, your wife was quite ill, wasn't she?
Yes, she had cancer.
And when she learned her cancer was inoperable, you wanted to help her, didn't you?
What the hell has this got to do with Tony Franken's murder?
Mr. Counter, I'm sorry that I must ask you about this very painful time in your life, but I believe it is relevant to my client's case.
Your Honor, he has no right.
Please answer the question.
When my wife learned the cancer was inoperable, she made me promise I'd help her. It was her idea.
Help her how, Mr. Counter?
Help her to end her suffering when it became too much for her.
And eventually, it did become too much for her, didn't it?
Yes.
So you asked Tony Franken to get you some sleeping pills.
I didn't know how else to get them without a prescription, and I knew that Tony was into the drug scene. And then... Look, what I'm going to say might get me in some trouble, but I guess it's about time I got it off my chest. I got the pills from Tony, and I gave them to my wife, and she decided to take them. And to this day, I can't say I'm sorry about it. I mean, she was in such terrible pain. Anyway, afterwards, everybody thought it was suicide, that she did it alone.
Everyone except Tony. Is that why you hired him to again direct for you when nobody else would hire him?
When he heard I was doing Polly, he hinted that if I didn't hire him, he'd make the whole thing public.
And he continued to use that threat against you?
At every opportunity. That's why I had to just stand by and let him fire Johnny.
And you had no way of knowing, did you, how long he might continue to exercise this power over you?
No.
And you knew he was planning to fire Amanda Cody, a woman you'd asked to marry you?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say, Mr. Counter, you had a very strong motive to kill Tony?
I'll say this, I've never been happier to see a man dead.
At the time of the murder, you were working in your hotel room alone, were you not?
Yes.
But it would have been very simple, wouldn't it, for you to leave the hotel and return without being seen?
Probably, but I never left my room.
But you have no witness to confirm that.
Mr. Mason, when I first met you, you told us you considered some of us suspects. So I thought I'd better protect myself. You see, one of my investors called me that night from Honolulu to find out how the show was doing. Last week, I asked him to send me a copy of his phone bill. He sent me this. Now, it shows a long-distance call from Mr. McQueen directly to my room phone on the night of the murder. And you'll also see that, allowing for the time difference, we spoke from 2:15 a.m. to 2:39 a.m. Mr. McQueen will confirm that he was talking to me during that time period.
No further questions?
Miss August?
No questions.
Thank you, Mr. Counter. May be excused.
Are you really leaving town?
Yeah.
Oh, Molly's isn't going to be the same without you. Come here and give me a proper goodbye.
Ma'am, can you please move your car?
Can I have an address? Maybe I'll come visit.
We don't have an address. Now move your car.
In a minute.
No!
All right, you don't have to yell.
I'll call an ambulance.
Oh, God! No! Oh.
You okay?
Piece of cake. Come here. Cassie, about you being with your boyfriend that night. I think it's time you told the truth.
He told me to say that we were together that night.
Did he kill Tony Franken?
No. But he knew who did.
How do you know that?
He, sort of surprised the killer at the theater, I guess. And, the man promised the money to keep quiet. He got the money, $50,000. And he was even trying to get some more.
It was the man he saw, Cassie.
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me.
And you're sure it was a man?
I don't even know that.
We should have heard from the hospital.
Well, I'm sure Ken will call as soon as Parker Newton's able to talk. Anyway, shouldn't you be leaving for court?
I still have half an hour.
Harry, you've been going over those papers forever.
Well, I've less to go on in this case than I've ever had. At this time, I know for a fact, my client is innocent. With all that, I'm still absolutely helpless. If I just hadn't taken those sedatives.
I'll get it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mason. Newton died about 20 minutes ago.
Didn't he ever regain consciousness?
No. Brock had someone by his bed all night long.
His girlfriend took it pretty hard, but I think she's going to be okay.
That's it.
What? You know who did it?
Ken, I want you to do something for me, and fast. I need you back in the courtroom in 40 minutes.
Who are you calling?
Brock, I want him to contact the hotel security chief. Lieutenant Brock, please. Brock.
Mr. Mason, we're waiting on you.
I finally reached Actors Equity. Your guest was right on target.
Mr. Mason, is there a problem?
Defense calls James Walton. Any word from Ken?
Not yet.
Do you solemnly swear under penalty of perjury that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Mr. Walton, you are the book writer of the musical Polly?
That's right.
How did you get along with Tony Franken?
Like most people, I suppose. He wasn't an easy man to like.
Mr. Counter testified that he was often very harsh in his criticisms of your work.
Yes, he certainly was.
That annoyed you, did it not?
Of course. But it was just a part of his usual drill.
Was his plan to claim co-authorship of the show also part of his drill?
Objection. No relevancy.
I tend to agree. Objection sustained. Please try to find a more relevant line of questioning, Mr. Mason.
Certainly. Mr. Walton, what is the number of your hotel room?
I'm in room 611.
I would remind the court that Lieutenant Brock has already testified that the defendant's room is 511. Now, Mr. Walton, is there a fire escape outside the window of your hotel?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Let me assure you there is. Just as there is one outside my client's room, just as there is one outside every room ending in the number 11.
Objection. Relevancy.
Your Honor, I am trying to establish that Mr. Walton's room was directly above that of the defendant's, and that therefore Mr. Walton's through their mutual fire escape, had access to the defendant's room.
An interesting point, Counselor. But what's your point here?
To establish that Mr. Walton could have climbed down that fire escape, and while the defendant was passed out, planted the murder weapon in the defendant's room, and that he, of course, could have returned the same way.
Objection overruled.
Mr. Walton, did you murder Tony Franken? Did you place the murder weapon in the defendant's room after that murder?
I never even saw the murder weapon until this trial. No, I didn't murder Tony Franken. I was in my room the entire night doing the script changes Tony asked for.
Mr. Walton, I'm given to understand that television writers are noted for their speed. Isn't it possible you finished those changes earlier than you say, early enough to have lured Tony Franken to the theater and then to have killed him?
Objection. The witness has already denied he murdered Tony Franken.
Sustained. Mr. Mason, I must say I've been very patient with your questioning of this witness.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
But I must ask you to make your examination more on point or finish with him.
I'd like to request a moment for a conference with my co-counsel.
Granted. But let me remind you, Mr. Mason, the word moment is capable of strict definition.
Co-counsel?
Of course, co-counsel.
Sorry about the time. That security guy wasn't too cooperative.
It's all right. We're still in business. We're ready, Your Honor.
Please proceed.
Mr. Walton, do you do your writing on a word processor?
No, I do. You saw me working on it.
Does the program you use put a time and date on each file?
I don't know. Maybe it does. I never really noticed.
Maybe you should have. Would you identify this for us?
Yes, this is a printout of my directory.
There are some 13 files listed on this directory. After each one, there is a date and a time indicating the last time the file was worked on. Isn't that correct?
That's how it works.
And here, after the file name Polly, it shows the date. The same date Tony Franken was murdered. Now, what was the hour?
1:37 a.m.
Well, you did finish your work early. Early enough to have gone to the theater and taken Tony Franken's life. Now, that is true, isn't it?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Sustained. Is this as far as you can go, Mr. Mason?
No, Your Honor. I intend to go a lot farther. Mr. Walton did indeed murder Tony Franken.
It's crazy. What the hell motive would I have?
Yes, that was also a problem for me. That is, until I had that visit with you in your room yesterday.
Look, this was my first Broadway show. Now, why would I kill the director that was going to take it to Broadway and make it a hit and make me a fortune?
A good point, Mr. Walton. No, you wouldn't kill such a man. But you would kill a man who was responsible for the death of your sister. Mr. Walton, can you identify the people in that picture?
It's myself, my sister, and my parents.
Thank you. Hold on to that. I am now showing you a copy of a New York Examiner article and a photograph of a young woman that accompanies it. Can you tell me what the headline says?
actress commits suicide.
And that actress was Vanessa Grant, and Vanessa Grant was really Edith Walton, and Edith Walton was really your sister. Isn't that true?
Yes, it's true.
I'm now showing you People's Exhibit 9, identified as the murder weapon. You recognize it, don't you?
No.
Here, take it. Now, do you recognize it?
No.
Your Honor, I would like to excuse this witness, subject to recall. Call Mr. Parker Newton to the stand.
I'll get him, Mr. Mason. He's waiting out in the hall.
All right.
I'll ask you again, Mr. Walton. Have you ever seen that gun before?
This is the gun. This is the gun my sister used to kill herself.
And you thought there would be some ironic justice if you used that gun, that same gun, to kill Tony Franken. Isn't that right?
I'm not sorry I did it. I'm only sorry that Johnny had to suffer through all this.
Your Honor, the defense moves to dismiss all charges against Mr. Whitcomb.
The state has no objection.
Motion is granted, and defendant shall be released forthwith. Bailiff, take this man into custody. This court is now in recess.
I love you.
Well, now.
Oh, and that's not all. I've been offered the lead in the film version of our play. And I'll accept. If they'll let Johnny direct.
Why not? He's certainly ready.
Amanda.
Mother.
Mother. Perry. Thanks hardly says it.
It'll do.
Oh, and we'll see you at the party after the show tonight?
Absolutely.
Miss Cody, I'm told there's a great many press people out in the corridor. If you'd like to go through my private chambers, you can use another exit.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Johnny?
Mother. I want to thank you for making me co-counsel.
No. Thank you, co-counsel. We'll do it again. All out in the very near future.
Does our very near future still include the ice skating you promised me?
It does.
Hope it's not thin ice.
I want the jet around 7.
Where are you going?
New York.
there anything I can help you with?
I don't think so.
Okay, who's up first? You're seeing Spencer and his attorney at 2 o'clock, then Kathy Grant and her attorney. I hope we can avoid any more lawsuits. It's a public relations nightmare.
Yeah, I just hope I can get some of my money back from that one.
Well, leave him alone.
Brown! Hey, Brown! Up here!
Take it easy on him, okay?
As if he were my own son. Want to bet he doesn't make it up the stairs? Lazy bum. Your days are numbered, kid.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Brown? Feeling okay?
Never better.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear it. A couple of these expansion teams have been calling about you. Got some crazy idea that I might want to trade you just because you blew a few games for us.
Hey, anybody can have a slump.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said anybody can have a slump.
That's exactly what I said. And I told him, just watch how well he's going to play for the rest of the season. So if you hear any rumors about being traded, don't believe it. You're part of the family.
Very so.
Yeah, like you, I suppose, huh? Well, let me tell you something, kid. It's about time you learned how to handle people, okay? That's subtle enough for you?
You know, Spencer could become a real problem unless we can come up with a settlement.
Why are you so worried about this hockey player?
He's probably one of the most popular stars we ever had, that's all.
All fans think that professional athletes are greedy and overpaid, but they also have a short memory.
Well, Spencer doesn't. He remembers all the promises you made.
He's got nothing on paper. All he's got is a bad temper.
No, I was with you when you told Spencer you'd take care of him.
Now, that's very interesting. Read my lips, because I'm only going to say it once. I was alone. Get it? Kathy! Oh, you're looking wonderful. How are you?
Thank you. Thatcher, this is my attorney, Wendell Parker.
Mr. Horton? Any objections if I have a private moment with your client?
None, if she doesn't.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Just asking for what's coming to me.
Oh, why didn't you come to me? Why drag a lawyer in? What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Absolutely not.
I see. Well, my dear, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it was you who deceived me.
That's low, Thatcher.
Yes, but is it low enough?
You gotta promise me.
I promise. I won't take his arm off at the socket. I won't even break his nose.
Sure you want me to do this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Bobby, I don't negotiate contracts. It's not what I do. Should have some high-powered attorney for this.
Look, I've been through these guys before. They took me for every penny, and it didn't turn out any better. You I trust.
Okay, then. Here's the deal. The only way I can negotiate with Horton is to make him think that I can roast him in front of a jury. But if he thinks even for a second that his attorney can make you nuts...
Looking at Mr. Sub-Zero.
Today is not just practice. So be prepared. I'll do everything to provoke you.
I know a little about delivering under pressure. 2 playoffs and the championship finals.
I remember.
Yeah, you do. It's just the entire sports world has forgotten. I bet he knows how I feel. A couple of more off games, Horton will trade him. Fame. How fast it all goes away.
Come on, let's show him you still got it.
Bobby, how's it going?
Kathy, things are great. How are you?
Terrific. Well, I almost as well as you do.
Kathy, this is Ken Molansky, my lawyer. Kathy Grant, tennis superstar.
Hey, I'm a fan. Never forget that time you beat Martina in that tiebreaker in Paris.
Neither will I.
Well, we're due upstairs.
Okay.
Give him hell.
Hey, you too.
Now, Mr. Horton, let me go over a few things about depositions so we won't have any misunderstandings.
Young man, I have been deposed more times than you're likely to do the job in your entire career. I know I'm under oath, so why don't you just go at me best you can. Give it both barrels, okay?
Right. Mr. Horton, are you the owner of a hockey team known
Let me
as...
help you out here. Look, I own this arena and the teams that go with it. I employed your client as a player on my hockey team, and 1 year he even started.
Turning your attention to the playing season of 2
I'm
years
sorry,
ago...
excuse me just a minute. Thank you, dear. Sorry about this. Doctor's orders. Oh. Okay, now, where were we?
Was that the year that my client not only started, but was team captain?
2 seasons ago, yes, he was.
And did he injure his right knee in the last game of the regular season before the playoffs?
Yes, he did. Terrible thing.
And did the doctor tell you he ran the risk of permanent injury if he played again before having surgery on the knee?
Well, now, I believe there were several medical opinions. That could have been one of them. Lord knows I paid enough doctor bills for your boy there.
Sir, just answer my questions.
Sorry.
Didn't you come to my client and ask him to lead the team in the playoffs?
I did not.
Didn't you tell him that the only chance the team had of winning the Stanley Cup was if he played?
No, as a matter of fact, I had 2 players ready in his position who were just as good. Some say even better. Now, don't give me that look, Bobby. You know as well as I do. You started the year hot as a pistol, but the last third you kind of fell apart.
Who are you going to replace me with, huh? Rogers? At my worst, I'll skate him off the ice.
Isn't it a fact that you promised my client that if he played and was injured, you'd take care of him?
It is not.
Isn't it a fact that you promised him a job in management that would be equal to the balance of his contract?
No way. Come on, Counselor. My entire front office doesn't make as much as I was paying him.
Isn't it a fact that you
Son,
even...
the fact is, your boy here, and I mean no disrespect to somebody who has been a good player. The truth is, your boy here has some big expenses. I mean, he got a little greedy. Women, fast cars, some say cocaine.
Hey, that is a lie.
Let's go off the record, please.
I did not personally believe it, but like I said, he had a lot of expenses. Sure, he wanted to play. Hell, he needed money.
Hey, what I wanted was a championship.
Stop it, Bobby.
Took a chance, and he lost. Too bad, I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. Got in the fast lane, you couldn't handle it. You got greedy, kid. That's pathetic, but you're washed up.
You son of a... Bobby, get off. Fine.
That's enough for today. We'll reschedule this deposition at a time
Wrong,
when...
Counselor. This deposition is finished now. So is your client, so why don't you just leave,
So stop it. Who the hell does he think he is? He is lying. That's enough. No, it is not enough. Not for him. I'll tear his head off. Maybe then he'll tell the truth.
Hello?
That's what I call a fine-looking woman.
Hello, Thatcher. I thought you were on your way to New York. What happened?
We had a little equipment failure on the plane. They're working on it now. I'll just fly out again in the morning. So, tonight I'm yours. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You hear me when I came in just now?
Mm-hmm.
Could have been anybody. You seem pretty relaxed.
You should know by now, but not much frightens me.
Maybe you were expecting somebody?
Would you care?
I might.
Darling, you know that I'm as true to you as you are to me.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
What's so funny?
I don't know. I was just thinking how easy I could break your neck.
I got a much better idea. Why don't you join me?
I might just do that.
You might just join me, or you might just break my neck.
Don't go away. I'll be right back.
I need to leave a message for you.
Good morning, Mr. Molansky. May I assume you're down here looking for work?
I'm Robert Spencer's attorney. What are you holding him on?
I do believe you have your work cut out for you.
Why?
Thatcher Horton was found shot to death at his home last night.
Horton?
We found the gun in your client's car. And here the poor boy just can't seem to remember where he was. And there's another thing. Eric, would you be kind enough to pass me that lab report, please, sir? The lab confirms that gun was the same gun that was used to kill Thatcher Horton. We are now charging your client with the crime of murder.
Would you give me a few minutes with my client, please?
Ken, I didn't kill anyone.
What happened?
I don't remember. Look, the last thing I remember, I was in this bar. Don't ask me which one. I wake up this morning, the cops are pounding on my door.
Did they have a warrant?
I don't know. I mean, they're all over the place. And then one of them comes in and says he found a gun that had recently been fired.
Was it your gun?
I don't have a gun. What I have is a splitting headache. Can you get me out of here?
Harry?
Yes.
You haven't touched your breakfast.
I'm reading a brief.
Your eggs will get cold. Oh, I finally have all the plans for the fishing trip.
I thought the fishing trip was canceled.
Judge Blaine and I have arranged everything. He and Mr. Higgins are going to meet in San Francisco day after tomorrow, and then you're all going to Vancouver.
2 weeks of fishing with a judge who's never ruled for me and a lawyer who can only talk about his fees. Ooh.
Perry, you need a vacation.
I've had a vacation.
Too late to change your mind.
Mason.
We go before the judge tomorrow morning. Now, if we can get you out on bail...
Wait. If? Ken, you gotta get me out of here.
It's not quite that simple, Mr. Spencer. Don't forget you've been charged with murder.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent. Besides, they can't actually prove I did do it.
What about the gun? Any idea how it got in your car?
Look, I already told Ken I don't remember how I got home, even where I was.
And your threat of violence against Mr. Horton.
Listen, if they put away everybody who hated Horton, there wouldn't be enough jails to hold them. Hey, whose side are you on anyway?
I'm looking at the prosecution's case. Motive, opportunity, murder weapon. I've seen men convicted on less.
Yeah, well, then why are you wasting your time talking to me? Besides, I don't have the money to pay a big-time lawyer.
I'm not your lawyer. I'm only here as a favor to Ken.
Oh, this is a favor? You come down here and tell me I'm definitely going to prison?
Hey, idiot.
Man, you obviously don't believe me. I mean, you think I'm a liar, maybe even a killer. Man, why don't you take a walk?
Good idea.
Brilliant.
What? What?
You're really worried about Bobby's chances, aren't you?
The evidence against him substantial.
He has you.
Wish I felt better about that, too.
Poor Ken. He can't be in better hands.
I don't know, Amy.
Besides, you have me. And I'm not referring to the fact that we've now been engaged 5 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days. I meant that professionally.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm sure you've noticed that it's been weeks. Well, months, actually, since I've asked to be involved in your work.
I have noticed and been grateful. But why do I think that's about to end?
Before you develop an unfortunate attitude, well, there are a few things I think you should be aware of.
Like what?
Well, like for the past few months, I've been enrolled in the university's police science program.
You what?
Investigative techniques, criminalistics, procedures. I think I'm really ready to help you, Ken.
Amy.
Ken, I don't want to be a dilettante all my life. I want to do something constructive. And I've been working really hard to prepare myself so that we can be a team. I was hoping that you'd be pleased.
I am pleased and proud and impressed. But this is a murder trial.
So?
So I'm not sure that I'm even up to it.
Much less me.
Well,
Ken, you really don't have any confidence in me, do you?
I never said that.
You don't have to.
Amy, try to understand.
Oh, I understand. You're worried about this case. And since it's a serious case, you don't want me underfoot.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Oh, well, what are you worried about?
I was wrong to represent Bobby Spencer at the deposition. And a murder trial's worse. It's out of the question. I'm too close to this guy.
Can you go back to Perry?
I doubt it.
Well, if you change your mind, he's giving another lecture at the police science department tomorrow. I know, because I'm going. Good night.
Amy, the door's locked.
There, you see? With your keen deductive powers, you certainly don't need me.
I'm really sorry about that. Bob's not really like that. He's
Ken,
just...
you've got some real problems with your case. The main one is your client.
I know, and I know I'm asking a lot.
Ken.
I need more than advice. I need you on the case.
Everybody has a first murder trial.
This case needs you, not someone first time out. Now, before you make any snap judgments about Bob, let me just tell you this. He and I practically grew up together.
He's from a very poor family, and his father deserted him when he was 10, and he's been supporting a bunch of them ever since. When he lost his income from hockey, it wasn't just him that was hurt. It was 7 other people who depend on him for their livelihood. Robert Spencer is innocent. He couldn't commit this crime.
How much of that would have been your opening remarks in the civil suit?
Well, First part.
Very effective. Especially the part about the 7 people. However, I'd specify who they were, give them names so the jury sees them as real people, not just numbers. On the whole, not bad.
When we were in law school, you told us never to get personally involved with our clients. Well, I can't help it. I'm too close to this. He's my friend. I know he made a lousy impression on you, and I haven't got a right to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Please take the case. If you can't do it for him, then do it out of friendship for me.
You want me to break my own rule? Take the case for a friend? Well, let me tell you. When we get to court, if there's a summation, it's all yours.
How do you like that, Judge? $250,000 bail. How'd you swing the money, by the way?
I didn't. Mr. Mason did.
Oh. About the bail, thank you. Listen, I may have been a little rough on you yesterday. I just want you to know that it wasn't personal.
Neither is what I'm going to tell you. I got you out on bail because Ken asked me to. I also like having my clients looking healthy and fit and confident when they walk into court. So I booked you into a room here. I don't want you to leave this hotel. There's a great health club downstairs, and I hope you use it. Under no circumstances are you to have alcohol, visitors, or talk to the press. Is that clear?
Well, maybe I should just go back to jail.
Maybe you should. Any questions?
Yeah. Who's paying your fee?
No fee. Every decade or so, I take on a client like you just for the hell of it. There's his key. All right. Who would you pick to have framed Spencer?
Probably someone who saw him threaten Horton earlier in the day.
And who might that be?
People in the waiting room. Kathy Grant.
The tennis star?
Horton's son, Stewart, and somebody else, Temple Brown.
The basketball player.
You really think one of them could have been the murderer?
Well, it's certainly possible. But which of them had a motive? All right, I'm going to check around inside, and you?
And I'll check around outside.
Well, Mrs. Horton, outside of a bit of black, very few mortals would realize the depth of your grief.
Coffee?
No, thank you.
You know, if I were to tell you that my husband and I had a marriage based on love, you'd know that I was lying. Thatcher and I, however, were friendly, if not true friends. How's that for honesty?
Refreshing, as far as it goes.
I hope that means I'm a suspect. I have always wanted to be considered capable of murder. As long as I was innocent, of course.
I'll be sure to make a note of that. Now, just before you married your late husband, there were great rumors about a prenuptial agreement.
I'm sure you'll find out they were more than just rumors. I remember them so well. The agreement provided that I get $500,000 a year for 3 years if my husband divorced me. Nothing if I divorced him. And they say they repealed the Fugitive Slave Act.
They also say he had a new girlfriend.
He always had a new girlfriend.
This one was supposed to be serious.
Relatively speaking, Thatcher strayed. He was not stolen. Now, if there's nothing else...
No. Nothing at the moment. However, I'm sure we'll meet again.
Amy,
Of course. What are you doing here?
what am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Is it obvious? Working. And thank goodness I already photographed where the killer landed before you completely decimated...
on my case?
Oh, is this your case? When I was hired as Della's assistant, all I knew was that some young green lawyer was going to help me.
Amy, you went to Perry Mason behind my back.
To be more precise, I went to Della Street and proposed an entry-level position for myself.
You know
I needed
exactly
your
what I
permission
mean.
to speak to
Amy.
her.
You finished?
Quite.
Ah, I see you've met Della's new assistant.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at all of this. Ken, would you go to where the killer was? You can stay on this side of the wall. Now, I'm in the spot the police marked as the place Horton was standing when he was shot. Ken, how far apart are we?
About 20 feet?
At least 20 yards.
All's forgiven. You can come back now. Horton had just gotten himself a drink. He was probably moving around.
Like that.
He was shot 3 times in a pattern no larger than 2 inches by a killer 20 yards away, shooting through curtains.
The killer was a hired gun.
Yeah, the average person about to commit a crime of passion would have their heart pounding, their hands shaky, and they... Well, according to everything I've read, anyway.
Expertly planned and executed. Only a professional could have done it. Any of our suspects could have hired the killer.
Even if they had an alibi at the time of the murder, they could still be guilty.
Top marks to both of you.
As long as that first row of seats is 30 feet from the baseline, it should be okay. Let's go look.
Hello again. Kevin Lansky.
Sure, Bobby's attorney.
Could I talk to you for a few minutes?
Of course. I'll meet you downstairs, okay? You know, I don't think for a second that Bobby did it. I'll tell you anything I can to help him out.
Thank you. How well do you know Thatcher Horton?
We were in a business deal together, organizing a women's celebrity pro tennis tour.
Whatever happened to that? I remember reading all the advance publicity, and then suddenly it was canceled.
Well, he said he couldn't do it.
But you quit the pro circuit in order to go into business with him.
I felt I was beginning to burn out. It seemed like a good opportunity.
Your contract with Mr. Horton required that you render exclusive services in exchange for very little money. You were giving up the possibility of millions on the pro tour.
I would have been part owner, and I would have made it up on the back end. Look, I thought you wanted me to help you with Bobby. Why these questions?
It's my job to see who might have had reason to kill Thatcher Horton.
How I may have felt about Thatcher Horton wouldn't have made any difference. I was busy taping a late-night talk show when he was shot. About 300 people saw me. Satisfied?
It's possible that the killer was a hired gun.
What's that got to do with me?
Didn't you threaten him with a lawsuit over the collapse of your business partnership?
He was going to settle with me.
What made you think he'd treat you any differently than anybody else?
He would have settled with me.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Stuart Horton.
Haven't seen anybody.
I just work on plans.
Well, that's certainly a healthy bromeliad. What's your secret?
No secret. I changed the soil.
That's interesting. This particular orchid doesn't grow in soil.
Oh, really? Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. Keep that in mind.
Mr. Mason,
Yes?
Mr. Horton's running a little late.
I'll wait.
I think I'm in love.
Well, that's the trouble with love. It's full of pain, frustration, and disappointment. It's not religion or politics, it's money.
Take a look at this. Too bad we can't cash in. Offering $50,000 for information about who shot Thatcher Horton. I thought they caught the guy who did it.
Maybe they caught the wrong guy.
You know anyone selling hot guns? Charlie, you're not doing a little business on the side, are you?
I got a workout. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Looks like a moment to divide and conquer. You take Temple Brown.
Right.
Only authorized personnel in here.
I'm Robert Spencer's attorney.
Yeah? So?
So I talked to the bartender at one of the clubs Spencer visited the night of the murder. He says you were there and that you bought my client a drink.
Yeah, so you say.
Look, we can do this one of two ways. You can talk to me now or in court. I don't much care which, your choice.
My choice, huh? Well, my choice is to get on with my workout. You want to talk? You keep up.
Sorry about your father. If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
Of course.
Were you and he very close?
Well, my mother died when I was 15, and after that, all my father and I had was each other. Thanks, Danny.
But he sent you away to school.
Yes, that's right, military boarding school. Which was very good for me. Taught me discipline for the first time, then college. We spent every summer and all my vacations together.
Sounds like a great life.
Mr. Mason, my father was a difficult man. It wasn't easy being his son.
How about being his employee?
Worse.
No longer a problem, is it? All his wealth, position, and power are yours now.
Eventually, it would have been mine anyway. He was grooming me to take over.
You paint a very different picture than the one I've gotten. I was told your father paid you no more than a secretary, gave you no authority. And from his memos, I gathered he knew for certain you were afraid to leave your job or afraid to stay.
Well, I know one thing for certain, Mr. Mason. I'm not afraid of you. Spencer's guilty. He's going to pay for it.
Sure, I saw him at the club. I even bought him a drink. Felt sorry for the fool. Fool, trusting Horton. Even if he says what he claims he did, the man's word wasn't worth spit.
What time did you see my client that night? More or less.
It's hard to say. I was with a lot of people. Last thing I wanted to talk about was that old man.
Sounds like you didn't like Horton much.
My father was a real hard dude, but smart. You almost had to respect him.
What about the son? Saw you with him today. What was that all about?
Son's stupid. Thinks the way to get me to play better is to threaten to trade me to an expansion team.
I've been your best year.
Well, cold in the clutch a couple of times. That happens to everybody.
It's not what the sports writers are saying. They're really sticking it to you.
Yeah? I'd like to see one of them put it in. 17,000 people screaming at you. 22 feet out. 1 second on the clock. You played somewhere.
High school, some in college.
Yeah. You're almost good.
These are plastered all over the arena.
Oh, the bailiff at court had one.
I've been passing them out. I have 6 high school kids helping.
$50,000 reward for information revealing seller or purchaser of Thatcher Horton murder gun. 357 Desert Eagle automatic. Serial numbers filed. Cracked handle and silencer.
Straightforward, not too dramatic.
Also, $100,000 for information leading to the identity of the true killer.
An incentive program. I wanted to appeal to the truly greedy as well as the borderline weasel.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
I don't think that's what Ken had in mind.
Honey, what you've done is...
Extremely dangerous. You could be hurt.
But it's so practical.
Amy.
A lot of people will read this.
You even left your home phone number.
Of course. I didn't want Della bothered with all those calls. I didn't leave my home address. Besides, who would hurt me?
The killer.
Oh.
So, what are we going to do?
Well, she'll have to stay close to you. I'm afraid you'll have to put aside whatever disagreements you have, at least for the moment.
I'll stay close, but I'd rather not.
I'll stay close to her. But I'd rather not either. So, would you wait a minute, Amy?
Charlie left here about an hour ago. Just ran out the door.
Where?
Not a clue. Except that she was real excited. Like winning the lottery or something.
Money.
Lots of money. Like falling from the sky. I mean, one minute she was reading that flyer, the next minute she was gone. You know, she must know something about that Thatcher Horton murder. Hey, if Charlie gets that cash, you tell her that Al's entitled to half of it. I was the one that gave her the flyer.
Mr. Mason.
Oh, Mr. Spencer, Della Street.
We've spoken on the phone.
I can't get so much as a beer in this hotel.
I told you no alcohol.
I don't like being treated like a child.
If, when this is over, you are a free man, you can have 1,000 drinks of anything you like. Until then, try iced tea.
Yes?
Hear about your flyer?
How'd you know where I live?
I have a sister-in-law who works for the phone company. May I come in?
Look, the phone just started ringing. Wait there a minute, okay? Hello? Oh, hi, Della.
Oh, Amy, I just got your message, dear.
Yeah, I was looking for Ken. Do you know where he is?
He was supposed to be with you.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Listen, if he comes back to the hotel, will you tell him I got a message on my answering machine? Some woman named Charlie wants to meet at 5:30. She says she sold this killer the gun. Someone's at the door. I gotta go. Bye. sorry. Nice watch. Listen, what I'm interested in is a 357 Desert Eagle with filed off serial numbers and a cracked handle.
Sold one like that last week. How about letting me in?
No, we can talk here. Can you tell me about it?
People don't give their names.
Well, can you describe them?
Not really.
Look, what I expected was the name or at least a description of the buyer. That's why there's a reward.
Listen, why don't we go out for a drink, some dinner? Maybe my memory will come back.
I don't think so. I have plans with my fiancé.
All right.
She claims she sold him the gun.
She's late.
She said 5:30.
You're sure this is the right place?
Yes. I think so.
Who's that?
Charlie?
Are you Amy?
We were worried you wouldn't show.
He must have followed you.
Take it easy. It's gonna be all right.
I risked my neck. I could have been killed.
Young lady, we need to talk to you.
Yeah, and I need you like I need a funeral.
Charlie, a man's life could depend upon your testimony. We really...
Yeah, well, my life depends on getting out of town. You blew it. I'm out of here.
Well, we did blow it.
It only takes 5 minutes to make coffee.
Oh, thanks.
Just 1 cup. You don't have to feel compromised. I won't seduce you.
Look, I really can't stay.
Ken? Someone took the tape from my answering machine. That's how the man knew about the meeting with Charlie.
Who was in the house?
No one. I didn't let anyone in.
Amy, that means somebody broke in.
Oh, God. The man who came to see me today. Maybe he's the killer. And I let him get away. Oh, Ken. I made such a mess of this. I'm a failure as a detective.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Come here. Look, we wouldn't have gotten this close without you. And don't forget, you can identify him if we see him again. That could be very important.
Think so?
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I mean it. I mean, it would have been so easy for you to tell me that this is a perfect example of why I shouldn't be involved in this at all. But you didn't. You stood by me when I needed you. Oh, Ken. You've given me the strength to go on.
I have?
Definitely. All I need is a good night's rest, and, well, tomorrow's another day.
You don't learn, do you?
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is you almost got the three of us killed today, and you're ready to start up again tomorrow, so nothing happened.
I think I liked you better when I was weak and vulnerable.
Well, I don't think we should discuss this tonight.
Yes, if I were you, I'd leave while I was ahead.
Come on.
What are you doing?
You're not staying here. A man broke into this house. It's not safe. You're staying with me. Now, come on.
Well, when you put it like that, what can I say?
Thought you said you wouldn't seduce me.
I have to pick up some of Dad's papers from his study.
Oh, what kept you?
Well, I've wanted to see you every day, but I just couldn't take the chance for your sake.
For my sake?
Sweetheart, I don't blame you, but if people found
Wait
out
a minute,
about
wait a minute. You think that I killed him?
Honey, I can't blame you.
I should hope not. I assumed that you did it.
Me?
Oh, oh my, look at your face. I can't believe how well you lie. I'm going to have to reconsider a couple of things you have told me with so much conviction.
I hope I'm not interrupting family business.
Actually, we were just talking about the murder. Anything new on the investigation?
Yes, that's why I'm here. More questions, Mr. Horton?
I'll be in my father's office if you need me.
All right, ask away. I just hope this theory is a little more interesting than your last theory.
I think it will hold your interest. The phone call to your stepson on the night of the murder.
Phone call?
The records from the phone company say it took place almost at the time of the shooting. We know that because the call to the police was less than 2 minutes later.
Is this leading somewhere?
Yes? You're telling me who placed the call?
Well, let me see. I was in the bathtub when the shooting happened. So apparently my husband called his son. I would guess to tell him that he wasn't going to New York after all. Wouldn't you think?
The operator at your stepson's answering service remembers hearing a woman's voice.
Mr. Mason, don't you know anything? An answering service has two real functions. One is to put you on hold, and the other is to write down your message incorrectly. Will there be anything else?
I wouldn't be at all surprised. You look very comfortable in your father's chair.
I am. What can I do for you, Mr. Mason?
I was wondering why your stepmother called you the night of the murder.
Well, you already asked Linda that question, didn't you?
Now I'm asking you.
Why, to see if we say the same thing?
That's part of it.
Well, why would you care what Linda and I discussed?
I want to know who hired the killer that murdered your father, that's all. I'd suggest you and Linda get your stories straight before the trial.
The band was silver with these big chunks of turquoise on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know the one you mean. Had one with either a man or a woman's watch set into it.
Have you sold many of them?
Well, 4, 5. 4 or 5 in the last couple of months.
By any chance did you sell one to a man about 35, receding hairline, long sideburns, and really piercing blue eyes, about this tall?
Blue eyes.
Yes, you know, I think I do remember selling one to someone like that. Why?
He lost it in the bar where I work. He seemed like a good guy, and the watch looked like it cost a fortune.
It did. Do you have it?
No, my boss has it, and he won't return it until somebody claims it. If you could just give me the guy's name.
Oh, no, I don't think I should do that.
Miss, this is the fourth store I've tried. I'm tired, and I'm not going to argue with you. If you don't give me the name, as far as I'm concerned, my boss can just keep the watch and...
Okay. Let me see if I've got the credit card slip. What in the world?
What I've had to do to try.
You know, I've been up all night worried about you.
I've been on the case.
It's after midnight. We're doing court tomorrow. I'm gonna get some sleep.
But if you catch the killer, you won't need to go to court.
You know where to find him?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Where is he?
I'll show you.
No, you'll tell me where he is, and you'll wait here, understand?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're agreeing with me?
I've learned my lesson.
The money. I want it now. You think that makes any difference? You think the cops are really going to care about that? Terrific.
Tell him, how many times have we done this?
Every time's like the first time for me.
Well.
Hi, Della. Mr. Mason.
Don't you look handsome? We're doing court in a half an hour.
I doubt they'll start without us.
There's something I want to say before we start.
Just so it's not a confession.
Well, it is sort of an apology. I know I've been kind of a jerk.
I'll sort of accept your apology.
Look, I've always had a temper. Maybe that's why I was so good at hockey in the beginning. I mean, sure, it wasn't brains. Hell, I'd never even gotten through college on my own. Ken pulled me through.
He's a good friend.
Probably better than I deserve. Look, the only thing I've ever been able to do really well is hockey. When I got hurt, and all of a sudden I lost that, I hated everybody, because I felt like I didn't have anything left. That's why I acted the way I did.
I see.
I mean, at first, I didn't even care whether I won or lost the case.
No?
Now I appreciate all you've done. All you're doing. Just wanted you to know that before we start. And I want to win.
Well, let's do exactly that.
Tell me, Lieutenant, after the arresting officers found People's Exhibit A under the seat in the defendant's car, what was done with it?
I sent it up to the lab for a ballistics check.
And what did you find?
We found that we had a perfect match. That gun was positively identified as the one that was used to shoot and to kill Thatcher Horton.
Thank you, Lieutenant. No further questions at this time, Your Honor. I do reserve the right to recall.
Mr. Mason. Yes, Your Honor. I always have questions of Lieutenant Brock. Lieutenant Brock, how many times was the deceased shot?
3 times, Mr. Mason.
How close were the entry points of the bullets? Here's the coroner's report for your recollection. Just a moment. Mr. Molansky, with the court's permission?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Molansky will be standing at the same distance Thatcher Horton was from the killer, assuming you to be the killer. Now, Lieutenant, I ask you once again, how close were the 3 entry points?
The 3 shots came all within a diameter of 2 inches, Mr. Mason.
About the size of a silver dollar. Quite a shot. You're a trained marksman, Lieutenant. Could you do that?
Not on my best day, Mr. Mason.
Shots would have to be almost simultaneous, wouldn't they? Otherwise, if the victim moved, turned, or fell, the target area would change.
That is correct.
Could you get off 3 rounds that quickly, Lieutenant?
Well, probably not, but Mr. Mason, I'm not a professional athlete. I don't have the defendant's hands, I don't have his eyes, or I don't have his reflexes, sir.
Very well, Lieutenant. You just mentioned the defendant's physical capabilities. Dr. McLeod, would you please stand? Dr. McLeod has been attending Robert Spencer for several years. He's prepared to testify that 2 years ago, the defendant injured his right hand. It then became arthritic, leaving his trigger finger with limited mobility. Thank you, Doctor. If that is true, how could Robert Spencer fire quickly enough to hit that target as it moved?
Objection. Speculation.
Your Honor, the lieutenant has investigated, what, dozens of shootings?
Well, no, I'd say more closer to 100, Mr. Mason.
I suggest he more than qualifies as an expert.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Now, Lieutenant, in your expert opinion, could a marksman with an arthritic condition and impaired mobility to his trigger finger have fired those 3 shots quickly enough to have hit that target as it moved?
Probably not, Mr. Mason.
Well, Lieutenant, if he couldn't hit the target, couldn't kill the target. No further questions.
Redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Lieutenant, is there any reason the accused couldn't have fired with his left hand?
Objection calls for speculation. I'll allow it. Fair is fair, Mr. Mason.
He could have, the defendant could have used his left hand.
What about accuracy?
Well, there again, at the distance in question, it would depend on how steady the hand, how good the eyes. Now, if a good athlete was motivated, he very easily could have done it.
All hypothetically speaking, of course. No more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Mason, recross?
No recross, Your Honor.
You may step down, Lieutenant Brock. Ms. August?
The people rest, Your Honor.
Lieutenant.
Nice dollar.
Mr. Mason, is the defense prepared to call as first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Defense calls Kathy Grant. Miss Grant, would you please tell the court how well you knew the deceased?
We were business associates. We were attempting to put together a women's tennis project.
The project was scrapped, was it not?
Yes, it was.
We have information that Thatcher Horton was planning to get married again. Can you tell us to whom?
How would I know?
Because you were involved in his plans? Now, Thatcher Horton planned to get married again. So I ask you again, would you tell us to whom?
All right, well, he did ask me to marry him, but I didn't take him seriously.
But Mr. Horton was certainly a serious man, was he not? He spoke to his lawyers about divorcing his wife, did he not?
Yes, well, he told me he did. He also mentioned naming me in a new will.
A new will? Then suddenly he broke things off. Then, within weeks, your business partnership with him collapsed. All that is true, is it not?
No, that's not true.
Isn't it true that you were personally and professionally betrayed by him? Isn't it true that when you demanded he compensate you, he refused?
I learned the hard way what Thatcher was really like, but I didn't kill him. As a matter of fact, he didn't break it off with me. I told him I wouldn't marry him.
Wouldn't marry him? Or couldn't marry him?
Couldn't marry him.
One of the wealthiest men in the country, the single most powerful man in sports. Now, what could you possibly say in the way of rejection?
I had told him I was already married. I married a boy who was in the Air Force when I was 16. We didn't tell anyone because I was so young. He got his wings about the same time I turned pro. One day he was on a routine mission. There was an accident. He lost both of his legs. He told me I could go out and date. We could get a divorce. When Thatcher asked me to marry him, I thought about it, but I couldn't go through with it. I couldn't get a divorce. I knew it would kill him. I couldn't do that.
I'm very sorry. No further questions.
The witness is excused. This being the hour for our lunch recess, court will adjourn until 1 o'clock.
name for the record, please. Linda Horton.
Mrs. Horton, you are the widow of the deceased?
I am. We were married for nearly 5 years.
And would you describe your marriage as a happy one?
I would describe it as successful.
You just heard Kathy Grant testify that your husband asked her to marry him. How does that square with your definition of a successful marriage?
I know nothing about that.
You had no indication?
None.
No intuition?
None. Absolutely.
Mrs. Horton, I find it difficult to believe a bright, sensitive woman like yourself had no idea her husband was about to divorce her.
Mr. Mason, my husband was notorious for his liaisons. In my experience, he took them to bed, not to the altar.
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Yes, Mr. Mason.
Now, you say you didn't know your husband was about to divorce you. But you do know about your husband's will. I have a copy of it right here. Just obtained from the clerk's office. I'd like to have it marked as defendant's next in order.
Without objection, so ordered.
This document makes you equal with your husband's son, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Approximately, what would that share be worth?
I couldn't say.
Come now, in round numbers, in excess of $100 million.
I suppose so.
But if your husband left you, if not for Kathy Grant, then for another woman, your prenuptial agreement would provide you with $500,000 a year for 3 years, but you would inherit nothing.
I suppose.
Wouldn't you also suppose that you're much better off with your husband dead than alive? At least $100 million better off?
Objection. Speculation, argumentative, and harassing the witness.
I really would like to answer that, if you don't mind.
The court will allow it.
I had an intuition you might bring this up. So, I came prepared. This is a copy of the most recent will that my husband drew. His lawyer will file that for probate today. He gave me that several weeks ago. You'll notice that his son, Stuart, gets everything. I inherit nothing.
For which you have my deepest condolences. I would imagine your grief would only be eased by another marriage. This one, perhaps to your stepson.
Objection.
Sustained.
I've no more questions of this witness.
Amy, do you have any idea what time it is? Where the hell are you? What?
He's in that room, over there.
How'd you find him?
It was easy.
How easy?
Well, first of all, I assumed he was still in town since you'd heard him demanding a payoff. I didn't think he'd leave until he got it, which could take some time.
So far, I'm with you.
The only thing I knew for certain was that he wouldn't go back to the warehouse. So I deduced that since he was in hiding, he wouldn't have access to his own phone.
So you decided to stake out every payphone in town?
I staked out the phone he was using. That one.
How'd you find it?
Through the phone company. I thought he might be using a credit card. Turns out I was right. A motherly type at the local branch helped me out after I sort of explained to her that... There he is.
Let's go, Sherlock.
You say the sweetest things.
Don't tell anybody.
Why is he coming here?
Maybe to meet somebody.
To pick up the money. Horton's son, it's gotta be.
Call the cops.
You all right?
What?
What's that?
Something to die for.
Well, one thing we know. We certainly won't be getting any information from that one.
Interesting that the hitman had a key to the arena itself, but not to the executive offices.
Well, sir, that's probably because there are more arena keys floating around, in which case that would make them easier to steal.
But when he gets inside, it's not to meet anyone. He wanted something from Stuart Horton's office. I wonder what he was after.
That we will never know. Good night, all.
I know people who would call that withholding evidence.
He dropped it before he was shot.
Why don't you tell the good lieutenant we'd like to study it for a couple of hours?
Great. I'll order some coffee.
Very hot.
Very black.
Really think that this could be the answer?
At this point, it had better be. Your Honor, I'd like to place this item in evidence as defense exhibit number 7.
May I see it, Mr. Mason?
Mr. Mason.
Yes, Your Honor, I call Stuart Horton to the stand. Mr. Horton, you are the only child and sole heir of the deceased, are you not?
I am, but I didn't know anything about that new will until yesterday when my stepmother took it from her purse.
I see. You worked for your father, did you not?
I was vice president of his company.
Large title, modest paycheck.
Well, I was being trained to take over.
But with that modest paycheck, you support a penthouse here in town,
Yes.
a ski house in Aspen, beach house in California.
That's true.
Objection. Even for one of Mr. Mason's great fishing expeditions, we seem to be on a rather long line of irrelevancy here.
Mr. Mason, I agree with the prosecution.
I'm about to connect up, Your Honor.
Quickly, Mr. Mason.
How do you manage to live so well on so little, Mr. Horton?
I inherited quite a lot of money from my mother.
But you gambled that away, did you not? In fact, there was quite an unpleasant moment with your father over your betting on sports, was there not?
He told me to stop, and I did.
Your Honor, I would like the clerk to show Mr. Horton defense exhibit number 7.
Certainly. Miss Jackson.
Now, Mr. Horton, would you examine that notebook, please, and tell me if you recognize it?
I don't.
You don't recognize it?
No.
Even if I told you the man who was shot last night in your sports arena took it from the desk in your office?
I've never seen it before.
That brings me to my last order of business with you, Mr. Horton. I'm going to ask you about your relationship with your stepmother. Is it not true that you and your stepmother are lovers?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
We're lovers.
You hated your father, did you not?
Yes.
You hated him so much, you felt so humiliated by him, that you made love to his wife in his own house.
Yes. I made love to her. Yes, I hated him. But I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him.
I've no further questions. But I reserve the right to recall this witness, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Mr. Horton. Mr. Mason.
I call Temple Brown. Mr. Brown, you're a member of Mr. Horton's basketball team, are you not?
That's right.
2 years ago, you were even voted onto the all-star team, weren't you?
I was one of the top scorers in the league.
One of the all-time greats. Now, would you please examine this notebook?
Never seen it.
Suppose I told you that the man who stole that book from Stuart Horton's desk was a hired killer. The same hired killer who shot and killed Thatcher Horton.
I don't know. It's just a notebook with some scribbles in it.
But very interesting scribbles. Would you please read the top line?
Boston by at least $50,000.
Would you identify this bank statement for the record?
It's mine.
Marked as defendant's next in order. Now, what is that deposit there?
$50,000.
$50,000. Made the day after your team lost to Boston. Suppose I told you I could match up at least 25 games last year with point spreads listed in this book and deposits in several of your accounts.
I don't know.
Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, I am sorry. I'm sorry about you. You're a cheat. You threw games, shaved points, you broke faith with your teammates, you broke faith with your friends and loved ones, but most of all, with the fans who believed in you, all for money. You made plenty. You wanted more.
Maybe I did. But that's no reason to kill old man Horton.
Exactly. No reason to kill Thatcher Horton. Every reason to kill his son, Stuart.
That's crazy.
Mr. Brown, what would happen to a professional basketball player found betting on games?
Suspension.
For how long?
I don't know. Maybe a year, maybe life.
If I don't miss my guess, Stuart Horton found out you were betting on basketball games. He threatened you with a suspension. He then got you to shave points. After that, there was just no turning back.
Are you making this up as you go along?
Objection. Speculation. Mr. Mason is fishing again.
I tend to agree with the counselor. You do seem to be fishing, Mr. Mason.
Your Honor, Counselor, I'll tie this up in a minute.
Very well. You may proceed, Mr. Mason. Objection overruled.
Now, Mr. Brown, you hired that hitman to kill Stuart Horton, did you not? The killer shadowed him until he knew his habits, waiting for the right moment. Do you know what he found?
I don't know anything.
He found out every time the father left town, the son came over and slept with his wife. And that was the moment he picked for the kill.
That's not true, none of it.
The father came home unexpectedly, but the killer couldn't know that. All he could see through the curtains was the shadow. Your hired killer killed the wrong man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Brown, your hitman stole that notebook. That notebook and your bank statement ties you to him. It ties you to the murder. When you heard the wrong man was killed, you had to frame somebody fast. You'd heard my client threaten the father. You'd seen him that night on his way to being drunk. It couldn't have been too hard for you or Richards to follow him home and plant the murder weapon.
That's just not so.
Well, here is something that is so. Your friend, Mr. Richards, died last night in a gun battle with the police. This morning we received some startling news. Ballistics discovered that the bullet that killed him did not come from a police revolver. It came from this gun. This gun, which I would like to enter as defendant's next in order. You recognize this gun, Mr. Brown? Lieutenant Brock and my associate, Mr. Molansky, found this gun in your locker. You killed Mr. Richards. After Richards shot the wrong man, he tried to blackmail you. So you followed him. You found him the same time as the police, and you made very sure that he was dead. You had one man killed. You killed another. And next, you had to kill Stuart Horton. Who were you going to kill after that, Mr. Brown? And for what?
You think you're so smart. You know what it's like? Being booed. Thousands of fans yelling at you that you crap when you know you can make that shot. Sports writers just calling you names when you know in your heart you still got the stuff. Forced to lose when you know you're a winner. You know what that's like. But I didn't mean for old man. I want a lawyer.
Your Honor, I move all charges against my client be dismissed.
The people concur, Your Honor.
Defense motion granted. Lieutenant Brock, take this witness into custody for questioning. This court stands adjourned.
Thank you. I've got a lot to be thankful for. Give me another chance. I won't waste it.
I'm sure you won't.
You were wonderful, Mr. Mason. Congratulations.
No, thank you. May we give you two a word of advice?
Sure.
I believe there was a minor disagreement.
It was nothing.
Amy, you feel Ken doesn't have any confidence in you.
That's right.
Ken, you feel as if Amy has invaded your area of capability and expertise.
I wouldn't put it that way.
I would.
May we both point out that both of you, in your separate and individual ways, contributed to the solution of this case.
You both were right.
Take it from us. Never end a day where one of you is wrong. Today was a great day, and both of you were right.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you.